Hey, welcome back to the Joseph Clough podcast. You can find more free audio programs and free self-development videos by me at josephclough.com/blog. That's josephclough.com/blog. Now, today we're going to be talking about a real wonderful process of being able to let go of issues within yourself. So that could be the psychological, the emotion, and even the biological issues that we may face in our life. But to even add a weird, strange twist to it, you may even be able to change things external from you. So yes, absolutely very weird, but I've seen it for myself, or more importantly, I've experienced it for myself, and it's absolutely amazing process, yet so simple. And you won't believe how simple it is, but it actually just makes sense. Now, I only like things which make sense. Now, if I'm interested in science, I want to understand how it works, what happens. The reason I wanted to get into hypnosis was I had some issues, and I wanted to understand how I let go of it, because I had this amazing process of having let go of issues, and I wanted to understand more, and that got me onto the pathway into hypnosis, into self-development, and understanding the methodology of success and successful living. And I read this process, it was a couple of years ago now, and I was just amazed by what people were saying about it. And being a very curious guy, I wanted to understand a little bit more. So I done quite a bit of research, utilized it for myself, used it in my seminars and trainings as well as with my clients, and I've seen amazing results from it. Now, you may be thinking, well, what is this process? Well, it comes from Hawaii. And I say it comes from, it's probably been around in other areas and other times. But it really it comes from Hawaii as far as we know. And I know quite a bit about some of the spirituality side of Hawaii, because I know quite a bit about Huna, which came from the kahunas, and it's very similar to Buddhism. It's got the same type of mindset, but obviously a different twist, a different mindset to Buddhism or other spirituality processes. But I think you'll find that even most religions, most spirituality aspects have a great interlinked side to it. They have very familiar and very similar interconnections to each other. And this process, what I want to talk to you today, is actually called, and if I can say it right, I'll be absolutely pleased. I don't know if I will, but it's actually called Ho'oponopono, okay? And that's actually spelled Ho'oponopono. So it's a bit of a mouthful to say right from the beginning. But the great thing about this process, you can really let go of issues, and that's what I'm really into. I'm into getting what I want in my life and letting go of things which are holding me back, being my potential. So it really comes down to cleansing yourself from these issues by utilizing 4 sentences. That's right, just 4 sentences. But if you utilize on yourself and you say over and over again, in a way, a bit of a mantra, but because it's got the energy attached to it as well, it really sinks deeply at a conscious level and a subconscious level. And the great thing about it is you can let go of issues yourself, but you can let go of things outside of yourself. So maybe there's someone in your life that you're not quite getting on. I would definitely suggest utilizing this process just to test it out. I'm not going to ever tell you just here's the facts. It may be my truth, but I want you to be able to try these things on that I tell you and see if it works for yourself. That to me is pure learning. That is learning at its highest when you utilize the processes that I say on yourself and notice the results. So how the hell can we let go of issues outside of us? How can we change aspects of other people or change situations in life which are outside of ourselves? Now, in this world that we've been brought up into, we see things in a very objective way, that I am separate from you and you're separate from everything else around you. My mindset is obviously very different from that. I believe we are all interconnected, and I don't think that's too far out there to say these days. a lot of the physics side of things, if you break us down and break anything else down for that matter to the smallest thing, it's simply energy. Mass, and we are mass, is energy. It's energy vibrating at a certain frequency. So you could say that you are energy, just simply vibrating. If you're sitting down right now, your seat or your couch is simply energy vibrating to become dense. And it goes for everything around you. But if you could imagine this metaphor, if you are energy, and I am energy, and everything in your life, in this world, is energy, just vibrating at different frequencies, we're swimming in a sea of energy. We're always interconnected in some way. That I am connected with you, and you're connected with me, and connected with everything else around you. You don't have to believe that, of course. But when you do begin to have that mindset and that perception of life, you begin to realize the type of things you can achieve. And I believe that's why people say the law of attraction is very powerful, because we are interconnected with everything else. And the intentions that you put out there is able to come back at you with the equal amount of energy. So the law of attraction says that like attracts like. So if you think those positive thoughts, you think about your goals, then they'll actually be attracted to you. Now, I do believe that is true to a certain extent. However, it does miss... Okay, we've got the law of attraction, but we forget about the law of action. You can't just sit there waiting things to happen. You got to make action. You got to be able to take action, inspired and massive action. But that's just getting off the point a little bit. But I'm really saying that we are interconnected, and that is why I believe this process actually works in letting go of things within you as well as without. I also think it'd be quite nice to test this out right now as well. When we do this process, I want you to maybe think of an issue that you may have in your life. Nothing too big at first. Just think about an issue which has been bugging you, something maybe about yourself, because I think it's always nicer to do it on yourself first, because you'll be able to witness and experience very powerful results. And then maybe you want to actually do the external thing. Now, if you feel really good about it, do the external thing which seems external from you, which you don't believe you can change, and just try it out. It's all about that curiosity to try these things out and see if they work. Like I said, it's about you testing these things out and seeing what happens when you do them. So this oponopono is really a self-help methodology, really. And it really moves or removes mental obstacles that block your path in living the successful life that you want, freeing your mind to find new, unexpected ways to get what you want out of life. Now, you can live your life through memory or through inspiration. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you are the sum of all of your experiences. All the things that you've gone through today has led to this point right now. All your experiences are the sum of who you are. Now, knowing that is true, we can continue to live by our past, our memories, saying our past equals our future, or we can change that as well, though. We can act from inspiration to be able to manifest and make changes in our life by making powerful decisions right now. But obviously, if we are the sum of our experience, right now our body has made a decision to have a certain issue. Now, this could be an illness, it could be something biological, it could be something emotional, it could be something psychological, it could be any situation that you are in your life, your career, your finances, your relationships, all those things in your life. You can begin to clear the past and clean the past. So therefore, we no longer live through our memories or because of our memories. If we cleanse the right now and the past, it means we can make enlightened, conscious decisions in life, rather going by the programmed unconscious behaviors that we've done. And the unconscious behaviors that led us to this point, we can now change the tide really and go in the new direction. Really go through life making conscious decisions which actually support us in having the health, the wealth, and success that we deserve. And I want you to know this, everything that you've gone through is simply a challenge. It's something which kind of comes up in our life and it's up to us to be able to overcome it. We do or we do not. We're either growing or we're dying, as some people say. And that is why you're probably listening to this, because you want to grow as an individual. You want to be able to have personal self-development and growth in your life to make powerful changes that allow you to have a freer life and to be able to have more choice in your life. That is why when we use this process, it's about repeatedly cleaning and cleaning and cleaning ourselves at a biological and an energetical, at an emotional and psychological level even, to be able to make those conscious, enlightened decisions for the future. Now, part of this Hawaiian process is about saying 4 questions, or not really 4 questions, but more 4 statements. Statements which have a specific energy and intention behind each one of those statements. And these statements may seem a bit on the woo-woo la-la side. However, they have a specific meaning between each one of them. So if you have a problem right now in your life, whether it be internal, something about your maybe belief systems, something about the way that you feel, something the way that you behave in some way which you don't like about yourself, but you wish you could change, it would be quite a good idea to get in touch with that. Or maybe if there's something external from you, so maybe it's someone in your life, maybe it's a work situation, a relationship situation, absolutely anything. Now, as you bring that to your mind, all I want you to do is repeat the following words. The first one is saying, I love you. That's right, I love you. And that may seem a bit, it might go against us a little bit, because say if we do have depression, saying I love you or I love you to ourselves doesn't really fit with us sometimes, but the intention behind saying I love you, it's a process that allows us to have self-acceptance of who we are and how we can begin to make changes of who we are. So I love you begins to be able to send out a message throughout your neurology. Imagine this, for example. If we have an illness within our body, a biological problem, and let's just say it's a specific part of the body, whether it be a foot, an arm, an organ, and absolutely any part of the body. If we're saying, I love you to that part, how do you think our mind and body would respond? Well, it's going to respond a lot better than saying, I hate this illness. I hate this disorder of the body. I hate it, because your thoughts have a frequency once again. And obviously, if we're having feelings of hate, resentment, anger, fear, sadness to our body or in our life for that matter, it's beginning to absorb that as an energy. If you can imagine like your body as a younger sibling, like a young child, and if every time it did something wrong you said I hate you, after a while it's going to feel bad about itself. It's going to be depressed and actually get worse. Now, if we give encouragement to that child and say, I love you, what does it do? It completely changes the perception of what it's going through. It realizes that there's that emotional bond of love that I believe can transform everything. I think there's 2 main things in the world. One is fear and one is love. And when we begin to send love throughout our body, and that's right, if you say, I love you, to those people who you even dislike in your life, So if you are having an issue with someone, by saying I love you to them, you're sending out that connection that will be able to change how they begin to act and react. Like I said, it sounds a little bit out there, but just try it out. See what happens. You don't have to understand something to be able to use it. You may not know how electricity works, but you absolutely use it all day. In fact, you're using it probably right now by listening to this in some form. So, really, by saying I love you, we're sending out that vibration to that person, to ourselves, to be able to change our perception of that person. So, I love you is a very, very powerful word, and we know how powerful it is. If someone says I love you to you, it makes you feel good. If you say I love you to those issues, that behavior, that part of you which is unwell, you're beginning to nourish and bathe it with the energy of love. And that is the most powerful energy that I think anyone can give to themselves and to someone else. So the first thing we say is I love you. The second one saying is I'm sorry. Now what does I'm sorry mean? What energy or intention does it have to those words, I am sorry? How does it make you feel when someone actually says, look, I'm really sorry about this. I'm sorry that I acted in that way. It shows honesty, it shows authenticity even. It shows that we're willing to be able to say, I'm sorry to that person, that situation, or even that part of our body. Because let's be quite frank about things, even if it is a biological thing, we get ill usually by the conscious decisions that we make. That's right. We can become ill by the conscious decisions that we make in our life. By saying, I love you, I'm sorry to that part of you, we're giving it that feeling. Imagine saying it to that child. It makes them have a new perception of how they feel. Not only do they have that love, but they also have that sorry, that feeling that allows us to know that everything's okay. So we have I love you. We have I'm sorry. Now I'm sorry is a bit of a forgiveness pattern really, isn't it? It means that we can forgive that person or even forgive ourselves by saying I'm sorry. Now the third one is saying, please forgive me. Now, there's the real forgiveness side. So we have, I love you. Then we have, I'm sorry. And then, please forgive me. Please forgive me once again gets acceptance for who we are. It gives that energy of being able to forgive ourselves for the decisions we've made in the past. If we can actually forgive that person in our life. Because let's put it this way. If someone does something to you in your life, and you hold a grudge, you have anger toward them, and you say, I am never going to forgive that person because they hurt me. Who does that really hurt? When you don't forgive someone, who does that really hurt? It hurts you. Because when you have that resentment, that sadness, that anger, although you may think it's directed at that person or that situation, no matter how hard it is, you're actually having an effect on you. Holding that anger and that resentment, that sadness, that jealousy, that hurt, all of those emotions, it has an effect on our body, has an effect on our mind. So when we don't forgive others, it means we're not forgiving ourselves. So I forgive you, and please forgive me is a powerful statement. It's a sense of release. You're releasing yourself. You're releasing that part of you. You're releasing that external situation. And finally, the fourth one is thank you. Thank you is a great two words because it's almost saying that it's already happened. Now, in the law of attraction, whether you believe it or not, because obviously I have some things about it which I don't necessarily agree in, or people miss out when it comes down to the law of attraction. But thank you, it comes from a little bit of a law of attraction, because it's like you ask, you believe, and you receive. And the receiving is saying thank you almost. Thank you for allowing it to happen already, even though it may not have happened yet. So thank you for bringing that person into my life, although they may not be in your life already. It's like a confirmation that you know it will happen. You have belief, you have faith in it. And thank you really gives you the opportunity to thank that part of the body to be able to get better again. To thank that person for being in your life and thanking it for changing. So we have, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. 4 key sentences which really go at different angles but are able to pull the issue apart into its pure potentiality. So go ahead and have an issue in your mind. And as you think about that issue in your mind, in your life, whether it be internal or external, just go ahead and say to it right now, and to yourself, I love you. Just go ahead and say that, out loud or inside. Even if you don't know or feel it just yet, just say it, I love you. And then say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I love you, and I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Really put the intention and energy to it. Please forgive me. Despite what you think, just go ahead and do it. Please forgive me. And then thank you. And then say it again in your mind. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. And just keep repeating it and repeating it. Just clean, clean, and clean. The more times you do it, the more you change the neuro associations. The more, if you believe in the whole interconnected side, the more you're sending those new energies to that thing, that person, that situation. I'm sorry. Well, let's go from the beginning again. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. Just keep on cleaning and cleaning. The more times you do this, the more whole you become. The more content that you become. So just be right here, right now. And just keep saying it over and over again. I mean, if you have an issue in your life, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to let go of it, just do this for a day. Anytime you have a moment, free, even in the back of the mind, just keep saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. Over and over again. Clean, clean, and clean. Keep on doing it in everything in your life for a while. Do it for your family, your friends, yourself, your work, your relationships, your money situation. Let's think about this one. Let's go off the script. Let's go on a bit of a tangent, shall we? Because let's think about this right now. When you think about money right now, what is your relationship to money? And I'm going to do this in another blog as well, actually, just to go into more depth about it, because I've got a great process for this. But let's just do this quite quickly. How do you see money in your life? Think about that. How do you see money? Is it something hard to come by? Is it something that is easy to get? Is it something which has stress to it, fear about? Connotations of that it's the root of all evil? But it can't be grown on trees? You know, that any mindset you have about it. You may even think, do you treat it very well? Do you treat money well? Do you just spend it just like that? Not even caring about it, not even thinking about it? And as you think about money, just go ahead and say those sayings. I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. and thank you. Keep on saying that around your internal representation of what money is, and you'll actually begin to get a cleaner and healthier association to money. It means that you'll be able to have that resonating, good, powerful feelings about money. Now, whether you believe in the law of attraction or not, if you do believe in the law of attraction, then theoretically you should be able to attract more money because you have a better energy attached to money. But even just forgetting about the law of attraction for a moment, your neuro association to money will be able to make decisions of how you behave around money. So either way, by saying this process towards your neuro association to money, you're beginning to change the association, put good feelings into money, so therefore you treat it more and you actually look for more opportunities to find it. This exact same thing about relationships. If you see relationships as a negative thing, that all men are like this or all women are like this, then obviously your association to the other species is simply just not healthy. You want to be able to change that association to allow love in your life when it comes to relationships, even family, friendships, by saying those 4 sentences, those 4 wonderful, powerful sentences will change your neuro association to that aspect in your life. Everything in your life right now is simply your own perception. It's how you perceive it. I see it differently from you, and as will everyone else see things differently because we've had different experiences. We are the sum of all of our experiences. So by saying these 4 sentences, we're changing the past. We're cleaning and clearing out those programmed decisions that we have made, of those memories, those experiences that we've gone through. And even more importantly, we're changing the association of how we see it in the future as well. We're really beginning to change the way that we see our life in every way, because our perception is our projection. So let's go over it one more time. Just think of that issue or even something else, because it can even be the case. You may think, yeah, well, everything's pretty good in my life. I'm pretty happy. But you may want to just get a better association to it, to be able to cleanse and clear and clean that issue, or just enhance something, enhance a relationship, enhance your finances, your career. So let's just go over it one more time. Just get in touch with that issue or that problem in your life and just say, I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. And thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. And thank you. So I want you to begin, there's like your task really, to be able to just keep on doing this and over again, over and over. Just keep on doing it all the way and just notice what happens. It's all about testing things and trying things on. So just go ahead and do that for me. Just please do that and just notice that you can be able to be your potential. So I hope you enjoyed this blogcast. For more information about me and to be able to achieve, or not achieve, but you actually get more audio programs, more videos from me, more hypnosis tracks and self-help material, go to josephclough.com or josephclough.com/blog. That's josephclough.com. So go ahead and pass this around because it's all free. There's no sales pitch here. It's entirely just about you and getting your life to exactly where it deserves to be. And that is one of happiness. That is one of health. That is one of experience, personal growth, and love ultimately. And to just really, truly, and effortlessly be your potential. So thank you and goodbye.